Hello and welcome here to McCown Field on the campus of Carson-Newman University, getting ready for a non-conference matchup in women's soccer between the Carson-Newman Eagles and the visiting Bluefield State Big Blue. Ryan Wilkes with you this evening here on the Eagle Sports Network as we're getting ready to roll. Should be a fun one tonight. Carson-Newman comes in 5-5-2 on the season. Bluefield State, an independent school, coming in 4-8. So we'll get some starting lineups first for Bluefield State. Marlena Meyer, number 5. Number 8, Alex Van Kranenbroek. Number 9, Bianca Zeitvogel. Number 11, Sayan Santana. Number 12, Amanda Coaches. Number 15, Ava Jakic-Koons. Number 20, Carmen Gallant. Number 24, Marie Bloom. Number 31, Kyra Zoller. And number 33, Malaya Fuller. And goal for Bluefield State, number 21, Riley Truslow. For your Carson-Newman Eagles, number 4, Iris Palsdottir. Number 6, Felicia Frick. Number 9, Selena Yude. Number 10, Addie Henry. Number 12, Molly Zander. Number 13, Kristen Nielsen. Number 16, Abby Zander. Number 20, Annika Fend. Number 21, Carly Pettit. And number 25, Savannah Fields. In goal for Carson-Newman, number 1, Berna Kavaki. So that's how we roll into this one. 45 minutes on the clock, getting ready to roll. A little bit about this matchup again. Bluefield State, an independent school, coming in 4-8. Bluefield State is one of 3 schools in Division II soccer that is independent. 4-8 on the season and 1-3 when playing on the road. So a team that has spent a lot of time at home today, they take the trip to Mossy Creek to take on the Carson-Newman Eagles. As we're getting ready to roll at midfield is Kristen Nielsen. She'll take the ball for Carson-Newman to start this one off. Bluefield State led in his 3rd season by Scott Forster. Carson-Newman led by Simon Duffy in his 7th season. So the second to last non-conference bout for the Eagles this season. As we're ready to roll, the ball trickles down to Savannah Fields. Bluefield State controls in the back half. Abby Zander takes it away. Maybe an early chance for Carson-Newman. It's played back to Ute. Ute makes a move on her defender. Now near the top of the box for Molly Zander. Zander plays it in. Taken away by the Big Blue. It's a decent chance for Carson-Newman. Didn't really have numbers right there. So nothing comes of that opportunity. Now this goes off the foot of Ute and out of bounds. Carson-Newman pretty much 500 on the year. Again, 5-5-2 on the year. 4-4-1 in the South Atlantic Conference. 1-1-1 in non-conference bouts. As Palsdottir has it near the mid-stripe. Played out of bounds. Throw in for Bluefield State. Carson-Newman here at home this year. 2-4. Actually have had more success on the road. 3-1-2. 1-2 so far in the month of October. That is now played towards Zander. Down the near sideline and booted out of bounds. Throwing for Carson-Newman. Early action here in this one. 43-34 on a rolling clock. So we'll see who can get on the board first tonight. This one played into the middle of the box. Booted out by the Big Blue. Now Abby Zander controls. Played back to Palsdottir. Now Pettit far side. Carson-Newman trying to feel out the Big Blue here in the early going. Eagles have controlled possession for most of the first few minutes. As now booted down the near sideline by Palsdottir. Giving chase is an Eagle. And it'll be a corner kick for Carson-Newman. So early corner kick for the Eagles. Decent chance to get on the board right here. 42-42 in a rolling clock here in the first half. It'll be Felicia Frick to take the corner on the near side. Frick lines it up, waits for her teammates to get adjusted. Now played to Henry. Henry looks for entry into the box. And it's cleared by Bluefield State. Nice defensive work there by the Big Blue to get that out of there and not give Carson-Newman a chance to get on the scoreboard. Now Kabaki back in her own half. It's Abby Zander looking for something upfield. She'll boot it down the near sideline, giving chase is Molly Zander. Nice ball by Abby Zander. Now Molly Zander into the box. A chance for Carson-Newman and Nielsen, but she's not able to get a clean foot on it. Savannah Field still controls far side right outside the box. Played back towards Pettit. Pettit now towards the goal, and it soars over top of the crossbar. It'll be a goal kick for Bluefield State. So some decent opportunities for the Eagles early on. A corner kick and that nice ball by Abby Zander to Molly Zander. And then Nielsen had a shot at it, but just maybe overstepped a little bit and couldn't get to it in time. 0-0 your score, still under 5 minutes into this one. As this one's booted past midfield, Fenn giving chase. So this is not a sack matchup. Carson-Newman will have one more out-of-conference opponent, Columbus State, coming up on Monday. Then Limestone and Tusculum to round out this season. Looks like Carson-Newman pretty much in the sack tournament. The top 8 will compete in that South Atlantic Conference tournament. They're well inside that. We'll take a look at the standings here in a little bit. As Palazzano controls in the back half, she plays it back to Kabaki. It's been a busy week here at Mossy Creek. A men's soccer matchup on Monday against Lee. That one ended in a 1-1 draw. And last night, Carson-Newman volleyball takes down Newberry in straight sets. Tonight rounds out a 3-day week for the Eagles athletics here on Mossy Creek. As this one gets past Fenn, trickles towards the sideline, and she's able to keep it in play. Carson-Newman has had some solid runs so far, one shot and one corner. So far, Bluefield State not really able to control possession. Some solid defensive pressure being applied here by the Big Blue. It's played towards the far side. Savannah Fields takes it back into Carson-Newman's half. Now on near side for Abby Zander. They're going to call a handball on Zander. It'll be a free kick for the Big Blue. Just got up on her hands a little bit there, and she wasn't able to keep it down. 0-0 here, 39-33 left to go in this first half. One shot by Carly Pettit was high over the top of the goal. But so far, nothing going offensively for Bluefield State. Carson-Newman has done a good job applying the pressure defensively as Yude takes it away. Now Fields near midfield, plays it towards Fend. Now Savannah Fields takes it down the far sideline, trying to line something up for Carson-Newman. Was taken away by Bluefield State. Back towards the goalkeeper, Truslow. Riley Truslow has started all 12 matches this season for the Big Blue. 72 saves and a .735 save percentage, including one shutout. She'll surely be put to the test tonight by this Carson-Newman attack. Is now a bit of a run for the Eagles. It's down near the far corner. Now into the box. Booted out of there by Bluefield State. Carson-Newman still with a chance. Zander plays it towards Yude. Now a shot on goal and it's scored, but Yude is called offside. So an offside on Selena Yude. The best chance of the night so far for Carson-Newman, but just a little bit behind that back line of defenders was Yude. So no goal there. Still a nice offensive set for the Eagles, who have controlled most of the possession here in the early going. Bluefield State wearing those gold jerseys with the blue stripes on the front. Carson-Newman in their all whites tonight. As Fields now towards Nielsen. Nielsen looking for entering the box. She finds Henry right at the top. Henry with a nice move on her defender. Plays it back behind the goal and out of bounds, but I believe that caught a foot of a Big Blue, and it did. So a corner kick on the far side for Carson-Newman. Second corner of the night for the Eagles. As this time it'll be Addie Henry. A defender comes out for Bluefield State to try and take away that entry pass, but they'll back up a little bit. It is entered towards Frick. Now at the top of the box, it's Yude. Goes off her foot awkwardly, and Bluefield State's able to clear. Pettit heads it back into the box, trickles around. Coming out is Truslow, and she scoops it up. Nice job by Riley Truslow to come out of the goal and scoop up that loose ball. Still no score here in the first half. Circling towards 8 minutes in, 37 minutes to go here in this first half. Carson-Newman has been the aggressor so far, as now Xander controls far side, now Fields. Fields down near the far corner, gets it into the box, and it goes right back outside the box. Solid chance there again for the Eagles, but no dice. Now a nice ball played down the near side. Giving chase is Carmen Gallant. Gallant controls outside the box, makes a move. Great defense there by Iris Pallasdottir to take it away. As Bluefield State could have made something of that. But no numbers really down there for Gallant. She was all alone with Iris Pallasdottir one-on-one, and Pallasdottir wins the battle. Fields now towards Henry. Carson-Newman still applying that pressure, but now a whistle on Kristen Nielsen. The first foul of the night goes on Carson-Newman. It'll be a free kick for the Big Blue. Early on, just one shot, 2 corners for Carson-Newman. No shots for the Big Blue so far in tonight's early action. Beautiful evening here in Mossy Creek. Blue skies. Starting to get into that fall weather as this ball goes past the far corner and out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Carson-Newman. Thrown a little further up as that one goes out of bounds off the Big Blue. Beautiful evening here. Starting to get into some of that fall weather. Still sunny, but a little bit over 60 degrees as we get going tonight. Now Abby Xander retrieves the loose ball. Bluefield State may be looking to apply a little bit of defensive pressure. Carson-Newman's been comfortable here early on. As Xander boots it down the near sideline, Bluefield State retrieves. About 10 minutes into this one, still no score. Carson-Newman has had the best chances early on as Addie Henry takes it away. Now Fields looking for something near the top of the box, plays it back towards Henry far side. Henry, a shot goes off the chest of Truslow, and she scoops it up. First shot on goal for Carson-Newman, a first save for Riley Truslow. Bluefield State controls deep in their own half, looking for a bit of a run here. Haven't had one yet tonight. Carson-Newman maybe with the best chance so far on the Henry shot. Nice shot by Truslow. As now Ute takes it away. Plays it back towards Pallasdottir. Fields in her own half, plays it far side. It's patted down the far sideline. Nice move. She spins around her defender and gets it back to Fields. Now Savannah Fields near the top of the box takes a shot, and it's right to Truslow in the middle of the goal. Nice job by Truslow in the early going. Carson-Newman a couple deep shots. Can't find the back of the net. As Riley Truslow slows things down, she'll scoot it over to one of her teammates near the top of the box. Now Yude fighting with... As Frick takes it away. Now Frick plays it towards Xander. Xander with a chance here, looking to enter. Plays it to Kristen Nielsen, and Truslow with a diving stop. Carson-Newman has had its chances and still looking to find the back of the net here in this first half. Certainly have had some good looks at it. And it seems like this whole possession has been controlled by Carson-Newman. Excuse me, this whole first half has been controlled by Carson-Newman possession-wise. As they really haven't allowed a Bluefield State to get a read on things offensively. There's a lot of contact here. No whistle. Kristen Nielsen trying to work to her feet, and she does. As Fenn takes it away right at the midfield stripe. Played near side. Abby Xander now near the sideline, and it gets out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Riley Truslow and Bluefield State. So I mentioned that South Atlantic Conference still heating up here in the late parts of this season. Catawba sits atop the SAC standings at 7-0 in conference play. Lenore actually right above them, having played one more game than Catawba. Both teams unbeaten in South Atlantic Conference play. Both teams came here to McCown Field and got a win. As now Bluefield State maybe with its best opportunity of the night. A shot, and it goes right past the far side goalpost. As that one just missed, waiting to see the number on who took that shot. think it was Ava Jokic-Coons who took that shot. Right outside the top of the box, Jokic-Coons leads Bluefield State in pretty much every offensive category with 7 goals. 3 came the other day against Virginia State on Sunday. So Jokic-Coons with a nice-looking shot there. Could not get it past Berna Kabaki as it just missed. Now Carson-Newman has possession back far side. It's Henry. Henry plays it towards Molly Zander. Zander with a nice move to the top of the box. Now a shot, and it goes wide. Carson-Newman now 5 shots, 3 of them on goal. 3 saves for Riley Truslow. As we approach 31 minutes left to play here in this first half, Carson-Newman has certainly, as I mentioned, been the aggressors so far tonight. Bluefield State had a good opportunity to get on the board with Ava Jokic-Coons. Nice shot. Just missed. Again, Bluefield State this season through 12 matches has not yet to have a tie. So if that trend continues, it'll either be a win or a loss tonight for the Big Blue. Now looking for a run here is Malaya Fuller. Fuller plays it towards Bianca Zeitvogel. Zeitvogel, nice move near midfield. Fuller down the near sideline. Good ball for Marlena Meyer. I believe she's going to be called offsides. Not a bad idea by Fuller. Meyer just a little bit behind that back line of defenders for Carson-Newman. Only 1 shot for Bluefield State so far. Came off the foot of Ava Jokic-Coons. But other than that, nothing happening for Bluefield State. Pretty cool thing that the Big Blue do. Number 19, that jersey number has been retired to honor mental wellness and raise awareness for suicide prevention. So pretty cool thing that the Big Blue do with that number 19. As now Yude in the back half plays it towards Iris Palzadar. It's Pettit far side. Now plays it towards Henry. Henry near the top of the box. And it's taken away by Bluefield State. Still in dangerous territory as the Big Blue are able to clear it. Under 30 minutes to play in this first half. Bluefield State has really had only 1 solid-looking opportunity. All the good chances have been on Carson-Newman's side so far. As it's Nielsen near midfield. Now touch back to Kristen Nielsen, trying to set something up here. Far side, it's Pettit. Now down towards Molly Zander. She's giving chase. And gets a foot on it, keeping it in play. Pettit into the box. And it's headed out by Zeitvogel. Abby Zander controls. Down the near sideline goes Abby Zander. Looking to cross it in the box, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for Carson-Newman. So 3rd corner of the night, 2 good-looking ones for the Eagles so far. But still no score here in this first half. 28-37 and a rolling clock. Carson-Newman 5 shots, 3 of them on goal. 3 saves for Truslow. As it's crossed into the box and cleared by Bluefield State. As it looks like Frick tried to keep it in bounds, but she did not. It'll be a throw-in for Carson-Newman, actually. That one went out of bounds off Bluefield State. Frick looked to keep it alive, to maybe keep some momentum there in the attacking half. Zander with a throw-in. Now Zander towards the far post, and it soars over the top of the goal. Abby Zander, nice idea right there. Simon Duffy applauds his team. Some really nice runs for the Eagles so far. Some nice chances as we have our first sub of the night. Checking out is Alex Vanna Kranenbrock. And checking in is Martina Cardamil. As Cardamil checks in for sub of the night for either side as she tries to control far side. Defensive pressure applied by Pettit. It goes off of bounds, or out of bounds off of Pettit. So throwing to far side for Bluefield State. So being independent, Bluefield State not associated with the conference, but they have played quite a few SAC schools this year. Earlier in the season, the Big Blue lost 6 games in a row, with half of those losses coming to teams in the South Atlantic Conference. Won 2 of their first 3, but since then the Big Blue have ran into a bit of a wall as Kabaki retrieves the ball inside the box. Far side now, Carson-Newman looking to make a push. It's Nielsen giving chase down the far side and goes out of bounds. Thrown for Bluefield State on the far side. A little over 26 minutes left to play here in this first half. Still no score. This one's tapped around on the far side. Bluefield State controls in the back half. Molly Zander tries to take it away. A lot of pressure being applied by this Carson-Newman defense. We've seen it all season long. It's been successful for the Eagles as we do have a sub now for Carson-Newman. Nielsen will check out. I believe Arnadottir will check in for the Eagles. It'll be Anina Arnadottir in for Kristen Nielsen here with just under 26 minutes left to play. 25:50 in a rolling clock. As Iris Palazzotti controls, now plays it far side. The Eagles looking to set something up. As we'll rotate it over to Annika Fenn. Fenn now near side for Zander. Actually, another sub came in as well. It's Molly Buckowicz as she's into the game. Now we'll play in the box, and it'll be a goal kick off of Carson-Newman. So goal kick for Riley Truslow coming up. As Bluefield State maybe looks to make something happen offensively, Carson-Newman yet to capitalize on some solid chances. Bluefield only with 1 shot here in this first half. It was Ava Jakic-Kuhn's shot from outside the box. That's a goal kick, goes over towards Savannah Fields. This one tapped around far side, and Fields wins the battle. It goes off the foot of an Eagle. Carson-Newman thinking that went off Bluefield State. Nonetheless, it'll be a Big Blue throw-in. Eagles trying to take it back here. Pretty clean first half. Only 1 foul for either side. It came against Carson-Newman. As now Arnadottir with a run, far side. Tries to make a move. Nice defense by the Big Blue and booted out of bounds. So a throw in deep in the attacking half for Carson-Newman. As Pettit will throw it in towards the box. Buckowicz with a chance at it, but can't get there. As it's booted out towards Annika Fenn at midfield. It's Pettit to control. Now far side, played into the box. Buckowicz with a run at it. And an offsides called on Molly Buckowicz. Only second offsides of the night. Third, 2 on Carson-Newman, 1 on Bluefield State. With 23:44 to go in this first half. Carson-Newman out shooting a Bluefield State 5-1, but no score for either side as we sit all knotted up at 0 here in this first half. Now Fuller. Frick, nice defense at midfield, takes it back for the Eagles. Carson-Newman has controlled pretty much all possession here in this first half. As Bluefield State has had to play some nice defense here in the first half of play and has done so. Pettit with the battle here. She'll take it back for the Eagles. Lots of contact and a foul called on Bluefield State. First foul of the night on the Big Blue as it occurs on the far sideline. Free kick coming for Carly Pettit. Pettit boots it near side. It's Abby Zander. Zander now towards Arnadottir. Now down there, nice tackle by Bluefield State. It's kicked out of play. I believe this will be a corner for Carson-Newman. Fourth corner upcoming for the Eagles. Trying to get on the scoreboard here in this first half. They've definitely had the best look at things on the offensive side. Bluefield State has been able to stay disciplined defensively. As now Frick will boot it far post, headed around. Henry controls far side outside the box. Henry, nice move, but even better defense by the Big Blue. Taken away and now looking to push. Jokic Coons near midfield. Now Zeitvogel plays it back. Taken away once again by Carson-Newman. So even when the Big Blue have had a little glimpse of hope here in this first half, it's been taken right away by Carson-Newman. Here's Abby Zander near side. Towards the right side of the box, looking to cross it in. She does, and it goes right past the hands. Now a shot tipped around and headed out. Another shot for Arna Donner, and it goes off the leg of Bluefield State. Couple shots for the Eagles. Can't find the back of the net. Now a Big Blue defender down on the field. Definitely the best chance of the night for Carson-Newman. Cannot capitalize as Riley Truslow went after that loose ball. Carson-Newman had a couple of shots at it. Arna Donner with the second one. As I believe that's Zeitvogel that's shaken up. She'll come off the field. 2 shots for the Eagles inside the box there. But no dice. Clock stopped at 21:02. As Zeitvogel goes over to the bench to get a look. Looked like for sure there that Carson-Newman was going to find the back of the net, but just could not. As a substitute coming in for Bluefield State is number 30, Jalen Creek. So still all tied up at nothing as the clock resets to 21:50 here in the first half. Trusso with a goal kick for the Big Blue. While we wait to get back underway, as we will right now, we'll take a look at some of the action in the South Atlantic Conference tonight. Tusculum and Georgia College got underway at 3 o'clock. That one should be wrapped up about now. Georgia College gets a 3-0 win over Tusculum out there in Georgia. Lander and Anderson getting underway at 5 o'clock. So we'll take a look at that score in just a minute as Carson-Newman looking to push yet again. It's Abby Zander who keeps it in bounds. Now crosses in the box and tipped out by a host of Big Blues. Bodies go down. As now it's crossed back in the box, and Truslow scoops it up. A couple times now, Riley Truslow has came out of goal and been able to recover. As she does so right there and takes care of the loose ball in the box. Another chance for Carson-Newman, can't capitalize. As now it's Frick. Frick back towards Fields. Fields, nice move at the top of the box. Maintains possession. Abby Zander now right outside of the box, looking to cross it in. She does. Headed around at the top of the box, now cleared by the Big Blue. Believe there was a call there. I think it was an offsides on Carson-Newman. Pretty much all this half has been played deep in the attacking half for the Eagles. They've yet to get on the board here. 7 shots to 1 for Bluefield State. Carson-Newman doing a great job. Just got to tip your cap to the Bluefield State defense so far tonight. As now may be a chance. Fuller down the near side. Cross towards Jokic Coons and cleared by Pal's daughter. Jokic Coons with a couple chances tonight. Just not able to capitalize. Now played towards the top of the box for Arna Donner, taken away by the Big Blue. No score here with under 20 minutes to go in the first half. As Bluefield State has been able to bend but not break on the defensive side of the ball. Carson-Newman with a couple good-looking chances. Bluefield State just able to play a little bit better defense and take it away from the Eagles. Far side Pettit, now back to Fields. Fields looking to make a run here. Beautiful ball far side for Nielsen. This is Buckowicz into the box. Shot on goal, but scooped up by Truslow. Another shot for Carson-Newman. Not able to capitalize. Looking at a score from last night. Waiting to see if this is correct. It looks like Coker scored 11 goals last night. Another shot for the Eagles inside the box, but taken away by Bluefield State. Get back to that note in just a minute as Carson-Newman continues to apply the pressure. Powell's down her far side, trying to take it away, and she does. Played back towards Fenn. Fenn controls near midfield. Big boot towards the top of the box. Buckowick's making a run, gets a foot on it. Now Yoon is taken away by the Big Blue. Truslow once again being aggressive, coming out of goal. But the defenders behind her just playing really well tonight and not allowing you to get a good foot on that one. Carson-Newman still applying the defensive pressure that's allowed them to get the ball back all night long. But Truslow has shown tonight that she's going to take some risks coming out of goal, and she did so right there. Lucky enough, her defense playing well in front of her. Now Bluefield State into the Carson-Newman half. It's been a rarity here in this first half. Looking to make a run here. Far side. Bluefield State into the box. Nobody home as Abby Zander able to control. Zander clears it for the Eagles. It'll be a throw-in on the near sideline, right in front of the Eagles bench. Couple subs coming in for the Eagles. It'll be Bianca Zeitvogel to check back in. Good to see that she's all right. Kendall Garber checks in for the Eagles, as well as Elena Corbett. Nice to see Elena Corbett back on the field. Haven't seen her much in these past few weeks, recovering from an injury, but she gets some run here in this first half. 17 minutes on the dot to go here in the first half. No score, as Fuller has the throw in near side. Plays it back towards Kyra Zoller. Now taken away by Carson-Newman. Arnadotter making a run. It's Buckowick that controls. Molly Buckowick's at the top of the box. Nice move. Lots of contact. Now she'll take a shot, and it goes well wide of the left post. Molly Buckowick's found herself one-on-one, but nobody else really home to make a run for Carson-Newman. Decides to take the shot and just goes a little wide left. Now Truslow with the kick. Taken away once again by Carson-Newman. Field's being tightly defended. Far side now, the Eagles still control. Played back towards Corbett. Elena Corbett plays it towards midfield for Garber. Frick, nice ball to Fields. Fields now at the top of the box for Arnadotter. Arnadotter slips through, maybe a chance here. She'll retreat and play it back towards Buckowicz, who puts it near goal, but it goes right over top, as it'll be a goal kick for the Big Blue. 10 shots for the Eagles in this first half, 5 of them on goal. They have not yet to find the back of the net. Couple subs coming in for the Eagles. It's Malia Kim, Irish Miles, and Maya Binkson checks in. Ude, Fields, and Pennant check out. About 15 minutes to go in this first half, no score, despite Carson-Newman out shooting Bluefield State 10-1. This Bluefield State defense has done an admirable job of keeping the Eagles out of goal after Carson-Newman has applied all the pressure tonight, as this one goes out of bounds off the foot of Binkson. Throwing for Bluefield State. Goes out of bounds off Irish Mile, so the Big Blue will move up a couple steps and do it again. Now it's Corbett giving chase. Elena Corbett able to get it off the Bluefield State players, and Irish Miles will take the throw-in. Irish Miles down the near side. Booted around by Zeitvogel. So now Bluefield State able to clear it. Corbett retreating back in her own half. This one will trickle out of bounds down near the far side corner, as it'll be a throw-in again for Miles. 4 corners so far, 10 shots, 5 shots on goal for Carson-Newman, but 5 saves by Riley Truslow, and some solid defense by the Big Blue has kept Carson-Newman off the scoreboard. As now Bluefield State starting to apply some pressure and try to create some chances of their own. This one played all the way back to Truslow. Truslow down the far side. This one booted down the far sideline and will harmlessly roll out of bounds. Carson-Newman with a throw-in deep in their own half. Carson-Newman going with a lot of subs here in this first half as Arnedotter and Buckowicz check out. Checking in is Cameron Giles and Alicia Teskey. So a couple more subs for the Eagles. Trying to figure out what can work in this first half to get them on the scoreboard. Now far side, nice ball down the sideline. And Teskey giving chase, but it'll go out of bounds, throwing for the Big Blue. So Carson-Newman has done a great job applying the pressure tonight, and you have to think at some point they're going to break through that back line of Big Blue defenders. There's such a difference in shots on goal here in this first half. It's been all Carson-Newman. As now Corbett now near midfield. Plays it back towards Garber. Garber now reverses it towards Corbett. Eagles looking to set something up here. Again, Bluefield State's been very solid defensively tonight, so Carson-Newman trying to make something happen late in this first half. As Corbett has it taken away, but taken right back by Giles. The Eagles feeling something out here, trying to make a run as Frick plays it down the far sideline. Now it's Henry. Henry near side for Miles, but it's taken away. Nice job by Fuller using some physicality there to deny Henry the ball. It's pink out night here for Carson-Newman. Both teams wore pink shirts in honor of breast cancer awareness tonight. Pretty cool to see these two teams come together and do something for the community. It's multiple players wearing pink cleats, pink armbands, you name it, out here at McCown Field tonight. Decent crowd. Trying to see their Eagles come home with a victory. As now Teskey far side. It goes too far for her, and it'll be a throw-in for the Big Blue. Hasn't been a slow first half by any means. For a scoreless tie, there's been a lot of offensive action for Carson-Newman, just not able to capitalize quite yet. But you have to think with the trends of this first half, again, that Carson-Newman would eventually break through and get a score. As there's a foul near the far side of the box. It'll be a free kick for Carson-Newman. So a bit of a chance here. A lot of Eagles head towards the top of the box. That is now a little premature. Carson-Newman tried to get going a little early. As it'll be Henry to take the free kick. Henry into the box. A host of Eagles there, headed around. Truslow able to punch it out. Frick with a shot, and it goes just wide. I believe that went off Bluefield State, so it'll be a corner kick for Carson-Newman. Another good chance off the nice free kick by Henry. But still not able to get that one in the back of the net. Truslow has proven to be an aggressive goalkeeper. She was right there, just able to punch that one out. As now here's the corner into the box. Headed around and out. Another good chance for Carson-Newman. Still can't get on the scoreboard. As Irish Miles takes it back. Lots of contact far side. Miles now into the box. Headed around, kept in play, but be able to clear as Bluefield State clears it towards midfield. Back towards Garber. Again, Bluefield State has had that bend, don't break mentality, as Carson-Newman has done a great job attacking tonight. But Bluefield State is able to keep them out of the back of the net. As Riley Truslow, 6 saves now here in this first half. Carson-Newman has had 5 corner kicks. That Bluefield State defense has been disciplined tonight, not allowing any goals to the Eagles. It's a Bluefield State offense. It's been pretty solid this year. Is now a chance for Cameron Giles, who finds herself alone at the top of the box. A shot and scooped up by Truslow. A great diving save by Riley Truslow. As she gets her 7th save of the night. Just a bad pass there. Cameron Giles found herself at the top of the box wide open, as now Bluefield State pushing the other direction. It's Santana into the box. A chance for Bluefield State, but it goes softly off the foot of Carmen Gallant, as Kabaki able to retrieve it. Best chance of the night there for the Big Blue. As I was just mentioning, a good offense. 25 goals on the year, averaging over 2 goals a game. But has not been the case tonight. It's about 8 minutes to play in this first half. As Carson-Newman now out shooting Bluefield State 13-1. You have to think with those numbers, if they continue in the second half, that Carson-Newman will be able to break through at some point. But up to this point, Bluefield State staying solid on that back line of defense. Now Xander goes off the head of Zeitvogel as it trickles back in the Carson-Newman half. Garver now looking for something. She reverses field over towards Elena Corbett. Again, Corbett returning from injury. As it'll be Bingson to play it towards the top of the box. Nobody home as Bluefield State able to take it away. Corbett now, nice touch to Henry. Henry finds Malia Kim, but taken away by Bluefield State yet again. Now it's Bingson. Bingson with the shot at the top of the box, and it goes well wide left. As we'll have some more subs coming in. Abby Henry will check out. It'll be Aliyah Douglas to check in. Playing in her 4th game this year as a true freshman. Good time to get some of these young players into the non-conference action. Nicole Miller checks in for Bluefield State. Carson-Newman going with plenty of subs here in this first half, after their 14th shot on goal. Controlled by Bluefield State near midfield. Mentioned this offense has scored 25 goals this year. They really haven't had many great chances tonight, but now a ball towards Fuller. And Corbett wins the race. Fuller still pursuing defensively as Corbett's able to keep it in bounds. Now it goes out of bounds off of Bluefield State, throwing for Irish Miles and the Eagles. So as we approach 5 minutes left to play here in the first half of action, Carson-Newman looks again on the scoreboard in a half that's really been dominated by the Eagles on the offensive side. Just haven't been able to find the back of the net quite yet. Riley Truslow doing a great job in goal. This one played down the far side. It's Abby Zander. Zander with a nice run, pushing past her defender. Now Zander with a ball towards Kim, and it just misses her foot and trickles outside the box. Excuse me, that was not Kim down there. I believe that was Aliyah Douglas making the run. As it'll be a corner kick for Carson-Newman. Great ball by Zander. Just not able to get there. Carson-Newman lines up another corner kick, their 6th of the night. Frick boots it in the box. Goes right towards Truslow off her leg and out of bounds. It'll be another corner for the Eagles. So we'll reset real quickly, and Frick will do it again. Frick tees it up for Carson-Newman. She'll play it now near side. This one cleared out by Bluefield State once again. And the Big Blue look to counterattack here. Maybe steal a goal here in this first half. But now it's taken right back by Frick. Zander near side. Looking towards Teskey. A lot of contact on Teskey and a foul. Called on Bluefield State. Again, it's been a clean first half. Only 4 fouls, 3 on the Big Blue, 1 on Carson-Newman. Actually, they're going to call that on Carson-Newman. So a foul on the Eagles. 2 apiece now for both sides here in the first half. Under 4 minutes to play. As Bluefield State looks to make a late push. As this one gets over the head of Corbett, nobody home for the Big Blue, so it trickles back to Kabaki. Carson-Newman looking for a late push here in this first half to get on the scoreboard. Looking at the score sheet, you'd think Carson-Newman would have got one of these through, but just great defense by Bluefield State. Nothing wrong that Carson-Newman's doing offensively. It's a great job by the Big Blue on that back line, keeping the Eagles out of goal. Now a ball towards the top of the box for Giles, and it's cleared once again by Bluefield State over towards the far side bleachers. Under 3 minutes to play, rolling clock in this first half, no score. Here on the Eagles Sports Network. Thank you all for joining us tonight. As Carson-Newman has gone with its fair share of players here in this first half. Lots of subs for the Eagles. Trying to get some players into this non-conference match with the Big Blue. As I mentioned, while Bluefield State is non-conference, they have seen a fair amount of South Atlantic Conference teams this year. In that 6-game losing streak earlier in the year, half of those teams from the South Atlantic Conference. Is now this ball down the far sideline for Abby Zander. Zander with a good chance. She'll play it in the box. A header off the head of Binkson, and it goes wide. So it'll be a goal kick for Bluefield State. Trickling towards 2 minutes to go in this first half. Bluefield State will look for a quick counterattack here. As this one's taken away by Giles. Now Carson-Newman with a chance. Zander towards Binkson at the top of the box. Binkson plays it over top of the goal and out of bounds. Goal kick for Riley Truslow and the Big Blue. 7 saves for Truslow in this first half. Kabaki is really yet to be tested for the Eagles. No saves. Only 1 shot on goal. It was wide off the foot of Ava Jokic-Coons. It's a nice touch over the head. That's Carson-Newman looking to take it back here. It's played toward Irish Miles and out of bounds. So a throw-in for the Eagles with 1:19 to go here in this first half. Bluefield State able to clear it towards midfield. Now it's Garber. Bluefield State applying pressure. Over here towards the box. It goes over the head of Irish Miles and out of bounds.
1 minute remaining in the first half. 1 minute.
1 minute left to go on a rolling clock. It'll be a throw-in for the Big Blue. That's now Fuller. Tight defense by the Eagles, and Binkson takes it back. Last chance probably here for Carson-Newman to get on the board in the first half. As Kim looking towards Zander, she'll play it down the far sideline. Abby Zander, nice move on the defender, gets loose, plays it into the box. Now it's Giles kicked around, and it goes over the head of Riley Truslow to the top of the goal. So another shot for Carson-Newman. It's now 17 here in this first half, as Truslow looks content to let this clock continue to roll. 15 seconds to go in the first half, as this one's just booted out of the box. Zander controls. 10 seconds left. Maybe Abby Zander can make something happen here. A shot goes wide and over top of the goal. So that's how this first half will come to a close. Carson-Newman outshoots Bluefield State 17-1. 7 shots on goal, but 7 saves by Riley Truslow, and some great defense by the Big Blue keep Carson-Newman off the scoreboard. We're going to take a break for a halftime. On the other side, we'll have the second half right here on the Eagle Sports Network. Welcome back to McCown Field on the campus of Carson-Newman University for this second half between the Carson-Newman Eagles and the visiting Bluefield State Big Blue right here on the Eagle Sports Network. Ryan Wilkes with you, taking you through all the coverage here on the pitch tonight as we're all tied up nothing to nothing, but so far 18 shots for Carson-Newman, 1 for Bluefield State. But the Big Blue have done a good job on that back line defensively to take care of the Eagles' attacks. So far this season, when out shooting opponents, Carson-Newman is 3-2-2 on the season. Pretty drastic difference between these two teams tonight. 7 shots on goal for Carson-Newman, 7 saved for Riley Truslow, who had a really good first half, as Carson-Newman looks to break through in this second half and get on the scoreboard. Looking at some of those halftime stats, really only a 1 opportunity for Bluefield State, and they could not get it in the back of the net. No corners so far for the Big Blue. No shots on goal, only 1 shot overall. Pretty clean first half, as I mentioned, 2 fouls apiece for both sides. As Bluefield State will now move left to right, Carson-Newman right to left as we get the second half underway. No score here between Carson-Newman and Bluefield State. Second to last conference match of the season, or non-conference match, for Carson-Newman, taking on Columbus State on Monday, and then 2 more conference matches against Limestone and in-state rival Tusculum to round out this 2023 season. Carson-Newman slotted to make the South Atlantic Conference tournament, as we'll take a look at those standings. Lenore-Ryan and Catawba tied up. Well, Lenore-Ryan 1 game ahead right now, playing 8 conference games compared to Catawba's 7. But Catawba ranked number 2 in the nation. They came in here to Mossy Creek on Saturday and took care of Carson-Newman 4-1. Now a run for the Eagles on the far side. It's Binkson. Binkson, nice move, but it gets deflected out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick. Excuse me, that's Henry, far side. As Addie Henry will go take the corner kick. The 8th corner of the match for the Eagles. As Henry lines up far side, Selena Yude over there with her. Yude will take the entry pass, now right back to Henry. Henry into the box, a shot goes off the crossbar, another shot kicked around, and a header goes in. I believe it was Iris Palsdottir with the header, and it was, as that ball just loose in the box, and Iris Palsdottir headed it into the back of the net past the hands of Riley Truslow, and Carson-Newman finally on the scoreboard. 1-0 Eagles. I believe it was the 19th and 20th shot off that corner for the Eagles, and then Palsdottir with the header to score. 1-0 Eagles lead, 43-40 here to go in the second half. As I mentioned before the break, you'd have to think if Carson-Newman's aggressiveness continued, that they'd be able to find pay dirt eventually, and they did. Now Bluefield State looking to make a run. Far side, it's Zeitvogel, taken back by Carson-Newman. One to nothing, the Eagles lead. Really big difference on the score sheet here tonight. This one booted back towards Kabacki, and she scoots it up. That one just trickles back to Kabacki. Not sure if that'll count as a shot on goal or not, but nonetheless, easy work for Berna Kabacki. Now Nielsen near midfield for the Eagles. Far side, booted back towards the middle of the field. It's Fields chasing after it. Now Carly Pettit from the near side. Now here's a change for Bluefield State. Coming the other direction, it's Cranenbrock. Goes out of bounds off the Eagles. Throw in for the Big Blue near side. Beautiful night here on Mossy Creek. Not a cloud in the sky. Mentioned some of that fall weather starting to make an impact here this week. It's probably about low 60s as we head into the evening. As now this one gets past the foot of Annie Henry, taken back at midfield by the Big Blue. Now it's Abby Zander. Carson-Newman played 20 players in that first half, but Abby Zander one that did not sub out. As Carson-Newman certainly trying a lot of different things to break through on Bluefield State here tonight. Fields near side. Now It's Bingson near the midfield stripe. She boots it towards the top of the box. Henry giving chase, but Truslow comes out and scoops it up. 1-0 Carson-Newman here early in the second half. The Eagles maintain that momentum that they built all the way through the first half, really just piling up the chances, and eventually came through on an Iris Pallasdottir header into the back of the net to get the Eagles on the board. Now far side, Xander takes it away, plays it back towards Berna Kabacki. So Columbus State comes to Mossy Creek on Monday to round out the non-conference slate for the Eagles, and then Limestone Saturday and Tusculum on Wednesday, November 1st to round out this 2023 season. As now Pettit boots it down the near sideline. Too far from Nielsen. Will trickle harmlessly out of bounds. Throw in for Bluefield State. Pettit and Nielsen having a bit of a conversation. Nielsen maybe telling her where she wants that ball the next time around. It's a Bluefield State throw in deep in their own half. Approaching 40 minutes to play in this second half. Carson-Newman with the 1-goal advantage. Taken away by Nielsen, but Bluefield State able to get it back. Now near midfield. Frick giving chase. But Jokic Coons able to get past her. And it'll go out of bounds. Throw-in for Carson-Newman. Ava Jokic Coons, the leading goal scorer for Bluefield State, leader in many offensive categories. She's been pretty tightly held tonight. Only one shot, and it wasn't on goal there in the first half. There's a lot of contact near midfield, but taken away by Santana. Now far side, it's Fuller. Santana with the touch far side, but Xander able to get over there and let it trickle out of bounds. She'll toss it in quickly to Maya Bingson. Goes off of Zeitvogel. Carson-Newman moving up towards midfield. As we now under 40 minutes to play in the second half. Talking about the SAC standings and where we sit heading into the later parts of this 2023 season. Two teams atop the league standings. Don't know if anybody's going to catch Lenore Ryan and Catawba, but it'll be interesting to see how those two teams continue to jockey it out as we head into the later parts of this campaign. Anderson in third, 5-1-2 on the season. Wingate in fourth at 5-2. Carson-Newman behind them in fifth at 4-4-1 in conference play. Lincoln Memorial just 2 points back of the Eagles. Eagles 2 points back of fourth and 4 points back of third. So we'll see how the last few weeks continue to play out for Carson-Newman and the rest of the South Atlantic Conference. As now far side, Abby Xander past midfield. Xander trying to beat her defender, and she does. Looks to get into the box here. Abby Xander towards goal. And it's tipped off the hands of Truslow and scored. Abby Xander puts it in. Looked like she was trying to cross it for a minute, but got it off the hands of Riley Truslow. And it trickles in the back of the net. Goal Carson-Newman, second of tonight's game to take a 2-0 lead. A little bit awkward there. Looked like Xander took the shot and delayed reaction from really anybody, as they couldn't tell where it went. From this vantage point, I couldn't tell if it went in the goal or behind the goal. But saw Abby Xander starting to celebrate. And Xander gets the goal to put Carson-Newman out in front by 2. So Carson-Newman executing these chances here in the second half to take the 2-0 lead. As we sit here, 38-38 left to go in the second half. Carson-Newman now out in front, 2-0. Abby Xander's first goal since the goal against Emory and Henry in the 29th minute on October 20th, or excuse me, on September 20th. It's now Fields near midfield. Boots it down towards Nielsen. Kristen Nielsen with a run now. As she looks to get into the box. Plays it towards the top for Fields. Fields with a shot towards Truslow. Hits off the post. Henry still with an opportunity here inside the box. Nice move. Plays it towards Fields. A shot off the crossbar. Henry still controls for Carson-Newman. Played back towards the top for Nielsen. And now Fuller able to clear for the moment. Carson-Newman dangerous right there. And Riley Truslow maybe bailed out by the post. You see Truslow kind of shielding herself from the sun as it's glaring right down here on McCown Field. I don't think she really knew where that ball was as it hit off the far side goalpost and stayed out of the back of the net. But now Bluefield State able to get it out. Another chance for Carson-Newman. A lot of contact here between Ude and I believe that's Santana. Foul called on Selena Ude. So Xander's 8th career goal coming tonight. As Iris Palsdowner, I believe, gets her first career goal to give Carson-Newman the 1-0 lead at the time. As now Xander down the far side, looking very similar to the last run where she was able to get it in the back of the net. Plays it towards Binkson, now cross into the box. Nielsen finds herself alone, nice header towards Ude, but it goes out of reach and out of bounds. Goal kick for Riley Truslow. 2-0 Eagles here early in this second half. Simon Duffy's halftime message to this team might have just been getting in the back of the net, as they've had plenty of chances. Now 24 shots, 11 of them on goal. 9 saves for Riley Truslow. Having a little bit of struggles here in the second half. Might have to do some with the sun. As Fenn goes back and retrieves in the defensive half for Carson-Newman. So a 53rd minute goal for Abby Xander to make it 2-0. As now Bluefield State looks to clear it here, and they do. Across midfield. Someone kicked around near midfield. Field's able to take it back. Still just 2 shots for a Bluefield State team that's averaging over 2 goals a game this season. Outscoring Carson-Newman so far this year, 25-18, but Carson-Newman have been the aggressors tonight. Really sizable difference on the score sheet, 25 shots to 2. As it's been all Eagles tonight who have the 2-point lead. 2-goal lead. Is now Fenn far side. Boots it towards the box. It's off the leg of Ude and now trickles outside the box for Fuller. Ferka wins the battle far side, gets it back to Xander. Carson-Newman maybe looking to build momentum here in these last 2 non-conference games. Is a nice move far side for Henry. Plays it in the box. A shot by Ude and goes over top of the goal. As Riley Truslow continues to shield herself from that sun. Can't imagine that's too easy. Berna Kabacki has a bit of an easier job down on the right side of the field. Shadow overcasting over top of the Bluefield State goal. For Riley Truslow, that sun is right in her eyes, and you see that being a factor here in this second half. As Palsdowner plays it near side for Pettit. Fields a touch back to Pettit near side, making a run. Now Nielsen towards Henry, but it gets over top of her head. And Pettit able to head it back and out of bounds. So a goal kick for Riley Truslow. 2-0 your score, 34-14 in a rolling clock here in the second half. As now Carson-Newman looking to play it into the box. Cleared by Bluefield State. Pal's down over the header near half. And contact on Ude and a whistle as we'll go back the other way. Free kick upcoming for Bluefield State. Two nothing Eagles with about 33 minutes left to go. As it's played far side for Fuller. Bluefield State looking to create some offensive chances here in this second half. Again, this defense for Carson-Newman has been excellent tonight, not allowing the Big Blue to have many chances at goal. Tough night for Riley Trussell. She's done a good job overall. On the 11 shots on goal, 9 of them been saved. In this second half, Carson-Newman breaks through with 2 to get in front. This one booted towards the far side for Fuller. You touch it back towards Pettit. Now Pettit tries to cross field and get it back to Fend. Carson-Newman controlling pretty much all the possession tonight. Bluefield State has tried to create some opportunities. Best one coming in that first half. Has a lot of contact, but a nice tackle there as Nielsen goes to the turf. Fenn plays it back towards Kabaki. Sun starts to set here at McCown Field. As this one goes awkwardly off the foot and out of bounds off of Bluefield State, and Amanda coaches. As a throw-in now for Carson-Newman, played all the way back towards the box. As Trussell able to clear. Nice header by Pettit to keep it alive. Now Fuller, Binkson looking to press defensively. Here Simon Duffy telling his team to press. That's what they've been doing pretty much all night long defensively. As this one played down the far side, cleared by Bluefield State. The Big Blue have had that bend, don't break mentality all night long, but eventually Carson-Newman is bound to break through, and another chance here for Fields, but it goes past her foot. And it'll roll out of bounds, goal kick for Bluefield State. So the message at halftime just had to be keep doing what you're doing defensively and offensively, creating these chances, and eventually Carson-Newman able to break through. Only one save for Berna Kabaki. She really hasn't been tested tonight in goal. Can't say the same about Riley Trussell. She's been tested all night long and for the most part has stood up to the test, allowing those 2 goals in the second half. Bluefield State now towards Santana. Near side now for coaches. Coaches down the sideline. As it's now booted back towards Carson-Newman half. Nielsen giving chase. Nice pressure by Nielsen. Goes out of bounds. Waiting to see who that was off of. I believe it was off of Kristen Nielsen. So throw in for the Big Blue. Right near the Carson-Newman bench. This one goes out of bounds. Another throw in for Bluefield State. See the energy Carson-Newman has certainly had it tonight, as everything has been going their way. I mentioned that record when out shooting opponents in games this year. Carson-Newman having mostly success, as they've been 3-2-2 this season when out shooting their opponents. Looks like tonight, if these trends continue to go the way they are, Carson-Newman will secure another win with under 30 minutes to play, leading by 2. 26 shots to 2 as that number continues to increase for Carson-Newman. Hasn't really been going anywhere since early in the first half for the Big Blue. As Nielsen plays it back towards Annika Fend, who controls right at the Carson-Newman logo at midfield. Now booted down the far side for Zander. Nice ball. As Abby Zander makes a move, puts it into the box. A chance for Carson-Newman. The header by Binkson goes over top of the goal. And it'll be a goal kick for Riley Truslow. I believe we'll have a couple of subs coming in. It'll be Cameron Giles, Molly Zander, and Anina Arnadottir checking in. As Yude checks out. Nielsen checks out as well as Addie Henry. So Giles, Arnadottir, and Zander check in for Carson-Newman. We've seen Simon Duffy use his bench pretty well tonight. Alina Corbett returns to action for the Eagles. She's seen some time in this game. There's a lot of contact near the top of the box and a whistle. Foul on Bluefield State. Free kick for Carson-Newman. Right outside the right side of the box. So possibly another opportunity here for the Eagles to extend their lead to 3. As Molly Zander having a quick discussion with the referee. Savannah Fields and Felicia Frick right near the ball.
Attack the ball! Defend the goal, please!
Be Xander to play it near side. Frick into the box, far post. Off the head of Binkson towards Abby Xander. Xander now outside the box, tries to get it in there. Goes off of Bluefield State, and a far side corner kick upcoming for the Eagles. 9th corner of the match for Carson-Newman. As again, the chances just keep piling up for Carson-Newman. 2-0 lead, but certainly Bluefield State didn't have their bearings together defensively. Could be even more as this one goes into the box, but the Big Blue able to clear it. Now Xander over towards Giles and just out of the reach of Cameron Giles and out of bounds. Goal kick upcoming for Riley Truslow. Clock continues to roll in the second half, under 27 minutes to go. As Carson-Newman leads 2-0. Santana trying to reverse field here, and she's able to, but it goes right to Savannah Fields. Fields outside the top of the box, plays it in, but nobody home. As it's cleared by Bluefield State. Throw in for the Eagles. A little bit past midfield as it goes towards Cameron Giles. Now Giles a touch towards Frick. Frick looking for Binkson, but deflected off of Bluefield State. Frick takes it right back. Xander far side. Tries to make a move on Fuller, and she does. So Abby Xander far side looking for something. Goes off the foot of Fuller and out of bounds. So a deep throw in for Carson-Newman on that far sideline. Throw in goes to Giles. Touch at the top of the box for Molly Xander. Now back to Abby Xander. Nice move. Even better tackle by Zeitvogel right there as it goes off the foot of Abby Xander. And there'll be a throw in for Bluefield State. Nice discipline by Bianca Zeitvogel on the far side on the crafty Abby Xander. Didn't let her get anywhere and eventually forces it to go off her foot and out of bounds. Now right back to the Eagles as Giles a touch. Far side, it goes out of bounds. Bluefield State really hasn't had any success putting anything together tonight as they trail by 2. The defense has been good, but defense can only do so much when Carson-Newman's defense is doing its job as well, not allowing many opportunities for the Bluefield State Big Blue. Abby Xander will check out for the first time tonight. It'll be Irish Miles and Kendall Garber back in. Really nice night for Xander. She has a goal to her name so far. See the shadow starting to encapsulate most of the field here at McCown Field, and it's good news for Riley Truslow, who had to spend most of that early part of the second half staring right into the sun. I can't imagine that's too easy for a goalkeeper to keep shots out of the back of the net. As Carson-Newman takes a premature throw, and it'll go Bluefield State's way. 2-0 here in the 65th minute. Carson-Newman out in front. As the Eagles get possession back, far side throw in. So a touchdown the far sideline. We got out of bounds off of the Eagles. We'll see if the Big Blue can create any offensive momentum here in this second half. Facing a Sac school for what has been the 4th time this season. Lost 6 games in a row, as I mentioned earlier, with half of those coming against schools in the South Atlantic Conference. The Big Blue are independent. They're no stranger to playing against teams in the South Atlantic Conference as Palsdaughter controls. Irish Palsdaughter had a header earlier that found the back of the net to get Carson-Newman on the board, and Abby Xander's goal to make it 2-0. Nice job by Bluefield State to regain possession. As it's now Ava Jokic-Coons to play it down the far side. A chance for Bluefield State to run here as it's Alex Van Cronenbrock. Carson-Newman able to take it right back. So even when Bluefield State has been able to counterattack, they haven't really had numbers tonight. And Carson-Newman has done a nice job sealing down that back line. As now Miles plays it towards Frick. Near side, it's Pettit giving chase, and she's able to keep it in play. Carly Pettit looking to get in the box. She does. Headed around. Now Fields controls right outside the box. Fields far post. Binkson with a run, but she's called off sides. And Bluefield State will get possession back. Fourth offsides for Carson-Newman. Only one for Bluefield State tonight. But the numbers offensively have not been there for the Big Blue. Really not able to get anything going. Just 2 shots on goal. Carson-Newman out shooting them by 25, 27-2. 11 shots on goal to 1 for the Bluefield State Big Blue. That's petted over towards Irish Miles. Miles plays it back towards Pal's daughter. Now Fields looking to set something up for the Eagles. Giles a touch. Near side, it's Pettit. Pettit back out towards Frick. Frick far side. Irish Miles down the far side. She'll look to cross it in, and she does. Over the head of Truslow, but it hits the top of the goal. And it'll be a goal kick for Bluefield State. Some more subs coming in. 3 coming in for the Big Blue. So Martina Cardamile checks in. Jalen Creek and Hannah Hurtado into the ball game for Bluefield State. Trailing by 2, looking for something offensively to get on the scoreboard here. Maybe make a late push at this one. But so far, it's been all Eagles. Bluefield State did a good job defensively in that first half to keep Carson-Newman off the scoreboard. Kind of broke down a little bit here in this second half, especially early on. It's Bluefield State looking for a counterattack. Far side Miles. 2 goals pretty close together for the Eagles. A 46-minute goal by Iris Palzauer. 49th-minute goal by Abby Zander. 3rd goal of the season. 1st goal of the season for Iris Palzauer. As Carson-Newman came out in this second half, was looking to execute on those chances. They had plenty of them in the first half. In the second half, early on, executed on 2. So just making good use of those good chances were the Eagles here early in this second half. As Truslow controls for Bluefield State. Under 20 minutes to play, 19:47 and a rolling clock. As Carson-Newman will have the throw in near side. A whistle and a stoppage. Malia Kim will check in. Maya Bingson checks out. The clock continues to roll here in this one. Carson-Newman up 2-0. We're going to get a big out-of-conference win. So we'll have 2 conference games left. 1 out-of-conference, Columbus State on Monday. For Limestone and Tusculum to round out the 2023 season. Well in position to make the South Atlantic Conference tournament. Carson-Newman sits in 5th. Now Garber controls near midfield, played towards Kim. Savannah Fields near the top of the box, looks back towards Frick, but will play it towards Cameron Giles. Fields, lots of contact on her, no call. But now Savannah Fields has a far side outside the box. Tries to cross in, but hits off Fuller. As now it's sent into the box. Couple Eagles there. Cameron Giles and Anina Arnadonner. But it's deflected out. Carly Pettit jockeying for position. She gets it back. As now it's Pettit outside the box, looking to get it in. Pettit near the far post, and it goes wide. And it'll go out of bounds. Goal kick for the Big Blue. Carson-Newman still applying that pressure, not looking to give Bluefield State any bit of hope as we go into the later parts of this one. Sun's starting to set on a beautiful night here in Mossy Creek. Carson-Newman with a 2-goal advantage. It's been a busy couple days to start this week for Carson-Newman Athletics is now maybe a bit of run for Bluefield State. Still not too many numbers down there. Santana controls. Now for Carter-Meal, she controls. Outside the box, cross in. Kicked around by Carson-Newman and cleared. It's now Cameron Giles across midfield. And it goes out of bounds off of Bluefield State. Nice job for Carson-Newman right there in the defensive half. Caught off guard by a pretty solid counterattack by Bluefield State, but still not allowing them to get a shot on goal as it goes out of bounds. Arnadottir will have a throw-in. It's Molly Zander. Plays it towards Savannah Fields. Fields a touch into the box, but it goes out of reach for Nina Arnadottir and trickles back to Riley Truslow. I mentioned Berna Kabacki has really yet to be tested tonight. Her one save was not too much of a stressful one for her, as now Carson-Newman regains possession, but cleared by Bluefield State. All the way back towards Irish Miles, so we'll play it back towards Kabacki. 9 saves to 1 as Riley Truslow has really been the one tested tonight in goal for the Bluefield State Big Blue. Only one shot on goal for Bluefield State and was scooped up safely by Berna Kabacki. One play down the far side for Nina Arnadottir. It'll go out of bounds. Actually kept in play for now, but then kicked out of bounds by Bluefield State. I was talking a little bit about the South Atlantic Conference earlier and the happenings around the league. Last night, I was not mistaken, it was an 11-1 win for Coker over USC Sumter. So a huge out-of-conference win for Coker, who sits at 6-7 and 1, 2-7 in the South Atlantic Conference. Looking around the league tonight, talked about that Tusculum game. They dropped to Georgia College. A couple other games underway tonight. This one played near side for Pettit. Pettit plays it towards the top for Frick. Frick with the shot goes over the top of the crossbar. And it'll be a goal kick for Bluefield State. A couple of subs in. Abby Zander back in, as well as Addie Henry. And it'll be Alex Van Kranenbrock back in. Looking around the rest of the scores tonight, Anderson and Lander in a non-conference bout. Take a look at that in just a minute. It's 1-0. Anderson with 10:41 left to go in the second half. Good non-conference matchup there. There's a foul called on Addie Henry and Carson-Newman. As we go back the other way. This ball played down the near side. Abby Zander giving chase. She'll retreat. Now back to Kabacki. Looking around the rest of the league, Wingate and Emory and Henry in action tonight, starting at 5 o'clock. Wingate leads 2-0 over Emory and Henry. Still winless in conference play are the Wasps. 2-6-4 overall, 0-5-2 in conference. As Carson-Newman took care of business a couple weeks ago when the Wasps trekked to Mossy Creek. Is now Zander with a run down the near side. Abby Zander already with a goal tonight for an assist as she plays it towards the top of the box for Molly Zander. A shot wide right, no good. Another group of substitutes coming in. It's Carmen Gallant checking in. As Ava Jokic-Coons checks out. The top goal scorer for Bluefield State has been held to a minimum tonight. Just one shot for her. And it was wide. Carson-Newman doing a good job taking away Bluefield State's best offensive weapon. As this one controlled far side by Bluefield State. Catawba and Limestone facing off tonight. Carson-Newman will take on Limestone, one of the last 2 conference games they have. Catawba taking care of the Limestone State Saints tonight as this one played in the box for Arnadottir and scooped up by Truslow. So solid chance for Carson-Newman to get back on the scoreboard and make it a 3-0 game, but no dice right there. Riley Truslow takes care of it. Talking about that Catawba and Limestone game, Catawba came into McAllen Field despite Carson-Newman getting on the board first. The number 2 ranked Catawba team took care of Carson-Newman 4-1. They lead Limestone 4-0 tonight with 16:19 to go in the second half. Catawba will likely stay flawless, moving to 13-0 and 8-0 in South Atlantic Conference play. That'll tie him up with Lenore Ryan, who is not in action tonight. So those are the 4 other games in conference play. A couple in-conference matchups with Wingate and Emory and Henry, and Catawba and Limestone, but also some out-of-conference matchups with Lander and Anderson, as well as Georgia College and Tusculum. So a good mix of in and out-of-conference action tonight. As I mentioned, Carson-Newman will have one more out-of-conference game, as this one down the far sideline for Irish Miles and booted out of bounds by Bluefield State. A couple of subs coming in, 3 to be exact for Carson-Newman. Molly Buckowicz checks back in. Selena Yude back in. As Giles and Arnadonner check out. Also into the game for Carson-Newman, Alicia Teskey checks back in. Playing in her 5th game this season. As this one out of bounds off of a Bluefield State deep in the attacking half. Looks like Carson-Newman will come out on top tonight despite barring a late offensive push by Bluefield State. They really haven't been able to get anything going offensively tonight. Carson-Newman leads 2-0 as we approach the 79th minute of action tonight. Yude controls near midfield for Carson-Newman. Garber towards Henry. Now near side, Smalley Xander. Great move. Little grab there, no call. As Palazzotti plays it towards Yude. Carson-Newman looking to set something up here. Well content with just looking to add to its lead instead of giving Bluefield State a chance to run the other way. As Addie Henry finds some space. Nice play into the box. Yude giving chase, but Truslow comes out of goal and scoops it up. Control near midfield by Bluefield State. Looking ahead, as I mentioned, next time out will be Carson-Newman and Columbus State on Monday, October 23rd. As this one goes out of bounds, throw in for Bluefield State. The Big Blue control goes off the foot of Xander and a throw in for the Big Blue. Under 10 minutes to play left in this one. Bluefield State looking for some late offensive action to get on the board. Maybe make a late game out of this one. But this one trickles back to Palazzotti. Carson-Newman controls in the back half. All the way back to Kabaki. Now it's Frick towards Addie Henry. Far side, Iris Palazzotti looking across midfield. She finds Teskey. Teskey, nice ball to Xander, but a little bit behind her. She's not able to get a foot on it. And cleared across midfield. Now it's Garber, a touch to Malia Kemp. Taken away right at midfield. And now a play to Carnamill. Carnamill with the run. Abby Xander using her speed, catches up. Makes a play on the ball, trickles all the way towards the near side corner. Out of bounds, and it'll be, I believe, a throw-in. Deep for Bluefield State. The Big Blue yet to have a corner kick tonight. As I mentioned, Carson-Newman has really controlled this game pretty much every aspect. In that first half, had to be a little frustrating not to score on the 17 shots that the Eagles had, but here in the second half, able to capitalize on 2. With the Iris Palazzotti header and the Abby Xander goal. As a throw-in goes back to Carson-Newman. Molly Buckowicz crossing midfield. Plays it towards Selena Yude. Malia Kim now finds herself open. No offsides as Leah Kim inside the box. Kim on Truslow, and she's able to deflect it out of there. Malia Kim one-on-one with Riley Truslow, and Truslow wins that battle. Really nice ball and good job by Malia Kim to stay on sides. But could not get that one pass to Riley Truslow, who's been really good tonight for the Big Blue. So all the way back to Truslow. 7.5 minutes to go, so if Bluefield State wants to make a push, they should probably look to do it now, but Selena Yude able to take it back. Yude working on her defender, makes a move. Yude into the box. Looks back towards Buckowicz, but it's cleared by Bluefield State. All the way back towards Abby Zander. She'll take the throw in. Zander near side in front of the box. All the way back towards Irish Miles as Carson-Newman looks to set up an attack. Far side is Teskey. Deflects off of Fuller and out of bounds, thrown for Carson-Newman. Elena Corbett will check back in. Iris Palazar will check out. Good to see Corbett get some action tonight, returning from injury. As you hear her teammates applauding her return back to the field. Played a little bit in the first half and now getting some time in the second. Looking to ease her way back from injury. Important player on this team as she returns after some time off. This one booted out of bounds by the Eagles on the throw-in for the Big Blue. Just about 6 minutes left to go, so barring anything crazy offensively from the Big Blue, Carson-Newman will get this win. Pretty staggering looking at the stat sheet. Talked a lot about it tonight, but it's hard to ignore the difference in numbers. 30 shots to 2. Carson-Newman out shooting Bluefield State by 28 tonight. As Henry trying to take it back. Cartermeal fighting to get it back, and will go out of bounds. All for the Big Blue. Lots of contact there on Selena Yude, and a whistle. Maybe a frustrated Martina Cartermeal right there. She takes out Selena Yude. Carson-Newman gets possession back. 5.5 to play in this one, leading 2-0. This one booted past midfield. And controlling the back half by Berna Kabacki. Really nice job by the Eagles tonight. Despite all the shots in the first half, not getting discouraged and going right back out and doing it in the second. As now Yude, a touch towards Buckowicz at the top of the box. Molly Buckowicz one-on-one. Now a shot, Riley Truslow able to come out of goal and keep it out. Nice job coming out of her position in goal. We've seen Riley Truslow be aggressive all night long. She's done a really nice job in goal. Now 10 saves on the night. I think that'll be her 11th on the 31st shot for Carson-Newman. It's about as tough of a night as you could ask for a goalkeeper. 31 shots for Carson-Newman, 13 of which on goal. And Riley Truslow has saved 11 of them. Carson-Newman's defense deserves a lot of credit for tonight's, what should be a win, with under 4.5 minutes to go. Carson-Newman able to really keep Bluefield State, a team that's scored 25 goals on the year and averages over 2. Carson-Newman has done a really nice job eliminating some chances for Bluefield State. As Tayden Sikorsky checks in. Ava Jokic-Coons checks back in as well. A couple late subs for Bluefield State, trailing by 2 with under 4 minutes to play. This one taken back on the goal kick. Malia Kim plays it towards Buckowicz, but it's cleared by the Big Blue for the moment. Now Kim shot outside the box. It goes over top of the goal. As Malia Kim can't find the back of the net right there, but Carson-Newman still applying the pressure late in this one. 3.5 left to play. And the Eagles have been searching for that third goal since early in the second half. Again, a 46th minute goal for Iris Palsdottir, her first goal of the season on the header. Then Abby Zander, third goal of the year. Scores in the 49th minute to make it 2-0. Cleared by Bluefield State all the way out to the far side of the field. It'll be a far side throw-in. As Teskey giving chase, goes off for a foot and out of bounds. Goal kick for Riley Truslow. Carson-Newman has not let up since the very first minute of this game. It's been go, go, go for the Eagles. Very aggressive all night long. As we sit here in the 86th minute, it's 2-0 Eagles. This one played back towards midfield for Garber. Now it's Henry. Henry towards the top of the box for Buckowicz. Now Zander giving chase. Keeps it in play, but kicks it over the far side post and out of bounds. As this one continues to tick down, beautiful sunset here at McCown Field. As Carson-Newman will secure a non-conference win. We'll move to 2-1-1 in non-conference play, Improved to 3-4 at home. That's a lot of contact far side, but Irish Mile is able to keep it for Carson-Newman. Now Addie Henry with a nice move. Henry to Buckowicz. Now Buckowicz looking for Teskey, but it gets cleared by Bluefield State. Garber now to Kim, as it's cleared by Fuller. Molly Zander will have the throw on the far side. Despite what's going to be a win for Carson-Newman, still playing with a lot of physicality and purpose tonight. With 1.5 to go, Carson-Newman out in front by 2. That's now Corbett has it taken away. Bluefield State may be a chance for one last counterattack. That's a nice move by Martina Cartermeal. Cartermeal across midfield. 1 minute left. Simon Duffy urging his team to press here late in this one. Good to see the Eagles keep the pressure on all night long until the very last whistle. As with 51 seconds to go, this might be the last chance we see for Bluefield State. Trailing 2-0. As Kim able to clear it to the top. It's kicked around, and Molly Zander able to control in the back half. Zander all the way up towards Buckowicz. Buckowicz able to keep it in play. And now Molly Buckowicz a little bit out of her reach as it goes all the way back to the Bluefield State defender. Now kicked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Carson-Newman. Now to Buckowicz. And it'll go out of bounds off of Carson-Newman. 10 seconds left. The clock will expire, and Carson-Newman will win this one 2-0. On a night where Carson-Newman outshot the Bluefield State Big Blue 32-2. 13-1 shots on goal, and Carson-Newman gets its second non-conference win of the season. So that'll do it for the coverage here tonight on the Eagle Sports Network. It's been a great night out here at McCown Field. Carson-Newman gets the job done 2-0. Ryan Wilkes signing off. Everybody have a great night here on the Eagle Sports Network.